Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am Ashley. I'm a homeschooling mom with 7 kiddos. Our oldest is in 8th grade and our youngest is 2. I wanted to do a video today on kind of the busyness of life and why it is okay to be busy. You see everywhere, and I really mean everywhere, regarding being slow and slowing down and really taking everything in and letting your kids just be. And I get that. I totally get that. And in a way, I like that as well. But where is the fine line between living a slow childhood and being bored, if that makes sense? We do not live anywhere, or we do not live where there is where we have land. We live in the country-ish, but it's not, we're still in a neighborhood. And so, I can't just send my kids outside to go explore and to go catch bugs and to go do all the things, because we don't live in that kind of environment or that kind of area. We do have a big backyard, and we have a play set, and we have, all the things, but it's not where like nature related. If we lived somewhere where there was like the mountains and we were able to hike a lot and things like that, I think my mentality would be a little bit different. When we travel and we go out of state, we love hiking, we love the mountains, we love exploring, we love being outside and all of that. That would be ideal for us to take life a little bit slower. However, my theory, my mentality on that kind of lifestyle is, yes, I want there to be a time and a place for them to relax and do things slowly and not be so go. But also, that's why I homeschool. When my older 2 were in public school, we were barely doing activities. I mean, my oldest was in 4th and my second was in kinder. They were doing dance, and he did Little League. She did dance and he did Little League, but it is nothing compared to what we do now. As far as dance, we're up there 5 days a week. With Taekwondo and baseball, we're at one of the 2 every single day. And so it was nothing like that, but still, even at that time, I felt the need to live a more slower life during the day. And that is because my kids would get up at 6:30, eat, be gone all day, come home at 3 something, 3:30, 3:45, whatever it was, go straight to their activities. They would come home and have a snack, maybe do a little bit of homework, go to their activities, and sometimes if it was games or if whatever we had going on, sometimes they wouldn't get back until 9 o'clock at night, and then they'd have to eat dinner, and then they'd have homework. And sometimes my oldest would be in his bed trying to do his homework. That is where I said, we need to slow it down. And that is when homeschool came into play. So how we do things here is slow during the day. They get to hang, if we're not doing anything, if we don't have appointments or we don't have other things going on, they get to hang around during the day. my oldest, he's allowed to play video games once he's done with school. I am very lenient during the day. I don't have a whole lot of rules. I just want you to get your schoolwork done, and then you can just kind of play video games or watch TV or whatever. That is the trade-off, because once maybe 3 o'clock hits, we are getting ready. We are getting ready to go. It takes us about 35-40 minutes. I allot myself about 45 minutes to get down to where we need to go for extracurriculars. And so depending on what the extracurriculars are for the day, which usually, I mean, it's always something. So we're typically always going to the same places. It is go from there till at least 10 o'clock at night, if not later. Now, I am very, I don't want to say passionate about, but I am very, I don't know what the word is. I guess it's passionate about keeping my kids busy doing what they love. I am okay with that. I have no problem with that. And so my thought is that everything that they are doing is with a purpose. They are not just busy going to movies, going to hang out with friends, going to do all of these other things. They are doing things with a purpose. They are doing things that are making them better athletes, that are making them better individuals. They get to hang out with their friends where they do their extracurriculars. So there's your social aspect of homeschooling, is that they are there every single day almost. And so everything that they do is done with a purpose. They are not just walking around, doing nothing, hanging out at friends' houses, playing video games all evening or whatever. Everything they are doing is for the good of that sport and for the good of themselves as an individual. So that is kind of where it is a fine line, and I totally get the movement of being slow and really preserving the childhood. But do I want a bored teenager? No. I don't want a bored teenager. And I think a lot of people know that boredom sometimes does not lead to the best of things. Not that my child is like that. Not that my child would get into trouble if he was bored. But we all kind of know, for anybody really, that boredom is not productive. It is not good for you mentally. It is not, it doesn't make you feel like you've accomplished things. I want them to look back on the day and see that they have done and they have been productive and they have worked themselves out physically, worked themselves out mentally, and learned things every single day. And whether that is in the form of, their extracurriculars, that is what I prefer. And so I am kind of on the fence with that whole thing, with the whole just live life slow. And again, if you have little bitty kids, obviously it's going to be a lot easier. But as your kids get older, you will realize that you want them to stay busy. You want them to stay active. You don't want them, a slow life to you might mean frolicking out in the countryside, and a slow life to them might mean sitting at home and playing video games. So having that, knowing and being on the same page with what a slow life means and what a slow childhood means is imperative, because otherwise your version and their version are going to be way different. And again, as it relates to an adult and to a parent, I thrive on busyness. I love busyness, but not at the expense of my kids. It just so happens that my busyness is their busyness also, if that makes sense. I am constantly doing things. I am with their extracurriculars. I am constantly helping out at their extracurriculars, or at games or at shows or at tournaments or just at practices. I am constantly there, or I'm taking them from one place to another. So my busyness, I have no problem with, because it gives me joy to see them do what they love to do every single day. And I really think I'm one of those people that, like, I want my kids to find something at like 3 and 4 that they love. My sixth kiddo, we started her in dance, and maybe she'll grow out of it. I don't know. She's 3, but she was just stubborn. Man, she was stubborn. And so I just kind of felt like, okay, this isn't really worth it to have her do this right now. Let's see what else. But I'm constantly asking her, do you want to try gymnastics? Do you want to try, whatever, taekwondo for the heck of it? I don't care. Just something. Because all my kids pretty much started at 3 what they were doing. Actually, they all did, if not 2. My oldest daughter started at 2 with dance, but then we kind of kept her out because I don't think she was really ready. And so then we put her back in at 3. My oldest started baseball at 3. My third kiddo started dance at 3. My fourth and fifth started baseball at 3, and taekwondo at 4 and 5. No, 4 and 6. And so I am very diligent about asking them early on, what do you want to try? What do you want to do? And if they don't know, putting them in things that maybe you would like to see them in, and then see if they excel in that and see if they really like that. Because you don't want a kid that just doesn't enjoy anything. You find what they love, you find what they like, you find what their interest is, and you just go with that, and you start early. I'm a very big advocate for that, about starting early, because they can get their foot in the door, they can start, they can excel, they can move up, they can be proud of themselves and find something to really take pride in on what they do. All my kids take a lot of pride in their extracurriculars, and I am just thrilled for that and for them. So that is my thought on that. I just, I keep hearing it on the radio. I keep hearing it on Facebook, living the slow childhood. And yes, it's important to not be so go, go, go. But again, as homeschoolers, that's the beauty of during the day, is that they don't have to be go, go, go unless we have things going on. But it's not like they are going to be gone for 8 hours a day. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know if you have similar thoughts on that, or if you are one of the people that just lives that slow childhood life, and maybe you live in the country, or like I said, your environment is a lot different than ours. We're kind of country / suburbia, but it's a slower suburbia. I don't know how to describe it. But we are still in a neighborhood. So we can't just run out and run the fields. So anyway, let me know down below, guys, and I will see you next time. Take care.